What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another stimulus update. So over the past 24 hours or so, a lot more people have been learning about this potential $300 child tax credit per month, or even the $250 child tax credit per month. Now, I want to explain this because a lot of people have been asking questions, and so I want to give you all the facts based on what we know according to the new bill that came out just last night. Now, I did plan on talking about the unemployment benefits in this video today. However, because of so many people asking questions about the child tax credit, I'm going to address that right now. Then I will do the unemployment benefits later on, either today or probably tomorrow morning. So let's get into what is in this child tax credit. And do me a favor. First off, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you are just finally glad that we are finally getting this bill done. And go ahead after this video, share this video with your friends and family over on Facebook so they too can stay updated on all the benefits that they could potentially be receiving. So first, let's get into it. This $1.9 trillion stimulus package is going to take away your $2,000 child tax credit for the year 2021. Okay, just want to be 100% clear with that. So this means that you are not getting a $3,600 child tax credit in addition to the $2,000 that is currently in place. Okay, it's going to replace that. Also, this bill will not actually be in effect until 2020, the year of 2021, which means this year. So that means that when you file your taxes for 2020, you will not get this $3,600 child tax credit advance. That's for the next year. However, we can start seeing payments on this come July. And I'm going to explain all of that. I know it's very confusing, but let me try to explain it so that it's a little bit easier to understand. First, let's explain who is going to get $3,600 and who's going to get the $3,000 child tax credit. Congress is going to pass legislation that provides, an eligible child with a certain amount of benefits. Children that are between 0 and 5 years old. As of the beginning, I believe it's the beginning, according to the bill, of the calendar year, so January 1st, 2021, any child between 0 and 5 is going to receive $3,600. Any child between 6 and 17 will receive $3,000 per year. Those equate to $300 per month for a child between 0 and 5 and $250 a month for a child between 6 and 17. Hopefully I made that clear. Okay, so let's break this down even more. Again, the best part about this package, or best part about this piece of legislation, is that you do not have to wait until you file your federal tax return for 2021 in 2022 to see these payments. This bill states that this is going to be for this tax year, meaning that it will be following December 31st, 2020, which starts January 1st, 2021. So when you file your 2020 taxes, again, so in the next month, or maybe you already have, you are going to get a $2,000 child tax credit for this year because it doesn't start till next year. Again, 100% confusing, I understand, but this is the way Congress has it. Here's the cool part about this. Here's the really nice thing, is that the $300 per month and the $250 per month, depending on how old your children are, these are expected to be in advance on the 2021 tax return. So this means we are going to start seeing these payments come July. That's if they can get the online portal up and running in the meantime. I hope they can. This gives them a few months. They should be able to do it, but this is the government. Who knows how long it's going to take them. So, as for the income limits here, again, you need to keep in mind that this child tax credit is different than the stimulus check. They have some things that are similar, but they also have some things that are very different. So let me explain. The IRS is going to go off of individuals making under $75,000, and the cutoff or the phase out is going to be $50 for every $1,000 you make over that. And for couples, it's going to be $150,000 is where the phase outs begin, and then your cutoff, or your phase outs, go $50 for every $1,000 up and over the $150,000 that you currently make as a couple. This is where it gets very tricky. So let's just try to do some quick little math, all right? And I wrote this all down so that I can kind of give it to you a little bit simpler. But let's say you have two children that are between 7 and 10, right? Two children that would qualify for the $3,000 per year child tax credit, or $250 per month. This would mean they would get you would get $500 per month, or $6,000 per year. Now, if the parents made over $150,000, then we'd have to include the phase-outs. If they made less than $150,000, you would get the full $500 per month, or $6,000 tax credit at the end of the year. And again, there's going to be an option where you can choose whether you want a monthly payment or you want to wait until the end of the year to get the full benefit. So let's just say this make-believe couple who has two children that are between 7 and 10, they make a combined $180,000 per year. That's a very respectable income, very good income. So we would need to reduce this based on the phase-outs. $50 for every $1,000 you make over. Well, they make $30,000 over. So we need to times 30 by 50, which comes out to $1,500. So now we deduct the $1,500 from the $6,000, which comes out to $4,500. That means for every year, this family would receive $4,500 in child tax credits, or they could get it in a monthly payment of $375 per month. Now, this bill does state that if you are owed more than what you are currently getting paid, then you can go to their online portal, adjust the figures, adjust your family size, adjust your income, and then it will correct the amount. As far as a business owner, let's say you make more than what you technically said that you were getting, and you actually are supposed to be paid less, then according to this bill, if you are overpaid, the IRS could ask you to pay this money back when you file your 2021 taxes in the tax year 2022. So just because you are paid the money, it's not like a stimulus check and you can just keep it. You might be able to, but in most cases, you're going to have to pay that money back. So that's where it differs from the $1,400 stimulus check. Also, these payments will not begin to start coming out until July at the earliest. So what we are hearing based off of the bill and based off of what some people are saying is that the IRS wants to see the current year. They're going to go off the 2020 tax year first. And then if your income changes throughout 2021, they want you to just go and kind of like you do with unemployment benefits, you just go and report your new earnings. That's all they're really asking. And this is being done for a couple reasons why we're starting in July. That's one, but it's also being done because the IRS, or pretty much the government, needs to put together a portal where you can go in and you can request whether you want to see the money paid in full at the end of the year, or if you want to see monthly payments. So it's going to leave an option or a choice for parents, and I think that's very good. Now, I want to make something very clear here as well, so that there's absolutely no confusion. There is a provision in this bill that states that the secretary can, they have the ability to adjust the timing of these checks. Here's what I mean. Depending on how easy it is to send out monthly checks, again, this isn't a stimulus check. This can provide stimulus, and this is considered, I guess, a stimulus, part of the stimulus bill, but this isn't necessarily a stimulus check. But depending on how feasible it is and how easy it is to provide a monthly check to millions and millions of parents. Some say it might be easier to do a check every other month. So you'd see maybe a check in July, and then not in August, but you would see one in September, and not in October, but then you would see one in November. So every other month, or maybe even every 3 months, or maybe even one every 6 months. Again, we don't know. It all depends on how easy it is to get these out. So if things do get too complicated, then some experts are currently saying they do expect to see some changes, and the most likely outcome is going to be one check every 3 months. But as of right now, Congress wants to do one check every single month. I think they can do this. I think they have the ability to do it. It shouldn't be that difficult. They do it for Social Security. They do it for SNAP benefits. They do it for other things as well. Unemployment comes out weekly. I think they can figure it out, but we'll see. Another thing that I want you to understand is that this is a bipartisan package. This is a piece of the bill that is bipartisan. Mitt Romney actually proposed an even higher child tax credit than this one right here. Mitt Romney proposed $4,200 per year for children between 0 and 5 and $3,600 for children between 6 and 17. However, he was pulling that money by cutting other programs, and Democrats did not like that, so they went with this package. But I do expect this to pass no matter what. Some people have been saying for a while that the current child tax credit is still too small, needs to be higher, and this is one way to actually accomplish that. Now, as I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, this bill, it is going to pass. We know this is going to pass. As to when it's going to pass or exactly what's going to be in this bill, that's what's currently unknown. But what we know is right now, this bill is all contingent on the $15 federal minimum wage increase. Not being that it has a chance of not being included. If it's included, that's where it becomes an issue. If for some reason the Senate parliamentarian says and rules against this, saying no, she does not believe this falls within the Senate's budgetary guidelines and under the budget reconciliation bill, then I think this bill will pass very easily. But if the Senate parliamentarian comes out and says, yes, this falls within the Senate rules and it falls within the Byrd rule, then I think people like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are going to have an issue, and that is where this entire bill falls on the $15 federal minimum wage, because those are two Senate Democrats that are saying right now they will vote against the $15 minimum wage increase. So we will see what happens there. But as of right now, that is the only hurdle that we're currently seeing. So all indications do point to the fact that this bill will pass eventually. Again, as to what is in it, we know kind of what's in it. That's kind of what this video, the video this morning, and the video that I did last night all kind of address. But we don't know exactly when it's going to pass, and this is because there's still a lot of issues. This will probably get kicked over to the Senate in the next couple of weeks. This will most likely pass the House later on this coming week, and we will probably see this on President Biden's desk hopefully before March 14th. But some currently say we could see this go into the week after March 14th. We could see this not pass till maybe the week after or even 2 weeks after. But every single lawmaker right now is hoping this gets passed by the 14th. But the real deadline is actually March 26th. On March 26th, that is when Congress will go on recess for 2 weeks. So we need this bill to at least pass by then, hopefully pass before March 14th. And if we can get this passed before the end of this month, it would be a miracle. But that would be ideal as well. So that's what we know right now. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out any more updates as I bring them to you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.